Hey everybody, I'm Nick Gismondi for NARCh.com. Let's take a look back and see what happened this weekend in the NARCh Regional Weekend Report. It was a busy weekend the first weekend of June as 37 teams played at an event on a single rink. We crammed 71 hockey games into 3 days. 24 teams earned medals by the end of the weekend, and the seeds to the finals are shaping up. Here's a little insight as to how the weekend went down. 3 very evenly matched Atom teams took to the floor on Sunday in what turned out to be the best atmosphere in the building all weekend. These kids were pumped to get out there and play they did. An amazing game saw the Boneheads play through a 3-1 deficit with 8 minutes to play, scoring the game-tying and game-winning goals within the last 2 minutes. They would move on to the final against the Tour Scorpions. Championship game was one for the ages. Scorpions number 91, Abby Munger, and Boneheads number 8, William Lacher, took control of their respective teams and battled in a back-and-forth affair. Most of the time, one would expect a high-scoring contest in this age group, but with some outstanding goaltending on both sides by Justin Catadole and Matthew O'Donnell, the game stayed relatively low-scoring at 3-3. Things stayed that way for the final 10 minutes of the second half, and things had to be settled in overtime. There were multiple scoring chances for both teams during the extra frame, but in the end, it would be Munger who would stuff home the game winner thanks to a nice pass across the slot from Danielle Brown. Scorpions win it 4-3. The Midget Division was a story of getting teams seeded for the finals. The Tour Scorpions 2000 were the class of this group, winning their games by at least 5 goals and having a balanced scoring attack. They ended up winning the AA final by a score of 9-1 with that balance in mind, and containing the Mission Mafia 2000 scorer number 66 Jacob Schnapp all game long. We call Jacob their scorer because of that team's 21 goals. He scored 20 of them and added an assist on the 21st. In that final, number 10 Madison Nichols and number 20 Nick DiMichele stepped up their game and poured it on, showing why they may be a force to be reckoned with at the NARCh Finals next month. In the A final, the Goalzillas and the Mini Muffins were a rematch of a great 4-3 Muffin victory in the round robin. This time, the Goalzillas figured out how to gobble up the Muffins, taking home the title by a 9-4 score. In the Squirt Division, the Mission Mafia 98 and 99 teams were on a path to meet in the AA final. In the round robin, the 98s took it to the 99s, doubling them up 10-5. Championship game was not quite the same story. The Mafia 99 team hammered the older group 8-0, completely shutting down high scorer Riley Degler. 6 different players scored for the 99s in that contest. The A final was a much different game. Pandemonium and SPC Hammer Time played a great game thanks in part to Hammer Time's goalie Riley Hendricks. He kept his team in the game with save after save and was hoping his team could tie the score with less than a minute to go. A goal with 30 seconds left by Pandemonium looked as if it would seal the deal for them, but the Hammerheads scored right back to bring the score within 1 at 6-5. That would turn out to be the end of the scoring, as time ran out before Hammer Time could get another opportunity. A well-played game by both squads. The Peewees here this weekend featured some very strong teams. Some, like the Mafia 96 Black, played up in Bantam, while others, namely the Tour Scorpions Black, stayed in the 18 Peewee field. The Black team dominated their opponents in the prelims, giving up only 1 goal in the 3 games. In the AA final, they were a skeleton crew, with only 5 players able to make it to the game. One of their players filled in at goalie as well. The Mafia 96 Red took advantage of this situation, scoring 3 times and shutting out the tired Scorpions, with a couple of nice goals by number 96 Jeremy Beyer. The final, 3-0. The A final saw another Scorpions vs. Mafia matchup, this time the Scorpions Silver facing Mafia 97 Red. Scorpions, whose only loss was a 1-goal loss to the 96 Mafia Red team, took it to the 97s, besting them by a 6-3 margin. Number 92 Thomas Nelson and number 11 Lucas Sauter were a dominating force for most of the second half, squashing any hope of the Mafia making a comeback. This weekend's Bantam Division was an interesting one, with a number of teams already qualified and preparing for finals. In the A final, the Peewee-aged Mafia 96 team was up against the free agents. Mafia's control of the play worked in their favor as they dominated time of possession, won 7-4. Number 3, Trevor Mullally, had 4 goals in the winning effort. The Midget Division saw a couple Bantam Platinum teams in the Mafia 95 and Lumpy Muffins playing up in order to prepare themselves for the NARCh Finals in July. In the round robin, the Mafia feasted on the Muffins, winning that one 4-3. In the rematch, the Muffins were a tad bit sweeter. They strong-armed the Mafia 5-3. Number 13, Austin Kengalosi, and number 8, Peter Schaefer, helped the Muffins rise with their performance in this one. In the combined junior men's division, 2 championship games came out of the initial round of play. Young Guns 90 and Team Fat Tape 93 had the top 2 records and advanced to the AA final. That game was an up-and-down affair with Chad Goodwin, number 66 on the Young Guns, notching the hat-trick in the 6-5 final. The A final saw the Roller Raptors take on Taylor Gang. John Tagg of Taylor Gang, number 41, was the star of this game, as his 3 points led the gang to a 5-4 victory. That's going to do it for this weekend's wrap-up. For more information on this regional, as well as regionals going on around the country, make sure you log on to NARCh.com. All your up-to-date photos, videos, blogs, and more can be found right there. And if you're not registered for the NARCh Finals, hurry up because time is quickly running out. That's going to do it for this Regional Weekend Report. I'm Nick Gismondi.